You're watching TVC News Hour. The All Progressives Congress APC is campaigning for the support of young persons in the country in preparation for the 2019 general election. This was the focus of a strategic meeting involving APC youth leaders in Port Harcourt, Rivers State. The meeting was also geared towards tackling grievances amongst the youths, which is seen as capable of weakening the party's chances come 2019. Uche Okoro has the details.
More and more groups in Rivers State are continuing to strategize ahead of the highly anticipated 2019 election, and this gathering is no exception. Amidst a wave of defections from one party to another in recent times in the state, the youth wing of the APC is here to declare their unwavering commitment to work for success of the party. They, however, insist that leaders of the party must create the enabling environment for that to happen.
This is not one-party system. If it is a one-party system, you can pick any person, at the end of the day, the person will win. But this is a multi-party system. If your candidate is not the best, and at the end of the day, it will not be okay. I think that we should use a sellable candidate in our election to cast our vote.
The party has been preaching change. So we are against impunity, we are against dictatorship, we are against military regime in the party. All we want is free, fair, credible primaries that are ushering in the most popular candidate that we all will support.
When somebody say my husband does not pick my husband, how do you expect him to come and sit here and you tell him about politics? Somebody in children's school is satisfied. How do you expect him to come and sit down here? You tell him about politics. It's not wrong. Those things are not done like this.
Responding to issues raised, organizers called for maximum participation of the youth in the 2019 election, while assuring that the party would give a listening ear to their demands.
This party has some of the most dedicated and intelligent youths you can talk about anywhere in this country. And the party is open. It's a youth-driven party, as I said. And so there's very hope. The hope is bright. We're even calling others on other youths of the state to join this party and make it. It's a movement. The youth base of this party is not just APC youths. It's a mass movement. It's a youth movement. So we want to do that into our LGAs and all that, so that we'll change the face of Rivers State and restore Rivers State to its original state, where there was friendship, there was love, and there was harmony.
They also added that members of the APC possess the membership strength and mental capacity required for electoral victory.
Youths are coming to the party daily, which means that the chances of youths, even if you do by permutation, becomes higher. And so watch every daily. When you see people who are coming to the party, watch the average age. They are youths of the party. So from students and all that, this party is getting stronger. And I can assure you, and everybody knows, even the people from the oldest know that this party will win elections in 2019.
Youth leaders also reassured the gathering that the party would be prepared to throw its weight behind any young person who declares interest to run for any elective office in 2019. Uche Okoro, TVC News, Port Harcourt.
In the last couple of years, the youth seem to have taken their agitation for inclusiveness to a new level with the launch of the Not Too Young to Run campaign led by concerned Nigerian youths, which is emerging as a national movement. Their advocacy is a call to the Nigerian leadership to encourage youth participation in politics by lowering the age barriers to political aspirations and participation. For more on this, we have with us in the studio political analyst Obafemi George. Many thanks for joining us, Obafemi.
Thank you. My pleasure. Good afternoon.
Would you be surprised that the youth wing of the APC was alive, well and alive, when this government came out with the cabinet members? One of the Nigerian ambassadors is over 80. One of the minister, Audu Ogbe, is toeing in that particular line. But is it too late to make a change?
It's not too late to make a change, but you cannot make a change overnight. It's a gradual thing. It's a process. What they've started is good. I mean, I love the bill. But I also think that beyond the bill, the youth should begin to think strategically. They should begin to think long term. They should see beyond an elective post come 2019. And this is why, I mean, I'm pursuing that line of argument. In the whole country, how many elective posts do you have in Nigeria come 2019? President, vice president, 109 senators, 360 House of Reps, 36 governors and deputies, 774 local government chairman and vice, 990 state House of Assembly members. If you put all of that together, it's less than 3,000. And you're talking about a population of 70 to 80 million youths. So they shouldn't just focus on elective position. What they should be agitating for is that how can we secure our future as youth through such bills? And I'll give you an example. I'm thinking that they should be having a much more deeper conversation. For instance, they should be pushing a bill that will legislate that, okay, for the federal and state and local government, each of those arm of government should dedicate minimum 15% of their annual budget to education or youth empowerment. That way you're securing the future. So it's no longer left to a president or a governor to decide, okay, you know what, I want to invest in infrastructure. No, the law says 15% must go into education. Those are ways that the youth can guarantee their future.
But perhaps the downside to that is that the youths believe that for any meaningful change like that one to be made, then they have to also occupy strategic positions as the ones that you believe is not the most important.
You know, the one thing the youth must understand is that politicians are afraid of numbers. The fear of numbers is the beginning of wisdom for any politician. So when he sees that on the social media platform, you have 1 million likes agitating that this is the kind of bill we're looking for, they'll take you serious. They would listen to you.
Is that really the problem, the death of education or educated youth in Nigeria? Is that a problem, really? Because we have lots and lots of educated youth in Nigeria, and that has not changed the paradigm. Is that the problem?
There's virtually no problem in this country today that you cannot trace it to education. What we have today is not education. Okay? What we're producing is what I call educated illiterates. I'll give you an example. About 2 weeks ago, this is very recent, I did a survey in one of the prisons in Lagos because I wanted to establish the fact that the poor infrastructure, the quality of education is affecting our youth. And we did a survey. The prison has a population of maybe less than 3,000, about 2,900 prisoners. And we asked them that if you feel that the quality of education you had contributed to where you are today, out of about 300 respondents, 70% of them below the age of 35 said that if they had gone to a better school, they wouldn't have ended up in prison. Those 45 and above said that the quality of education didn't matter, which means that if you're 45 and above, what that means is that you had good public education in those days. If you're 35, 30 and below, it means that you experienced the poor quality of education. But you also passed
through that same system that the man you're talking about in the prison passed through. Why are you not in prison? You are here standing, talking with us today, well-educated. Why are you not in prison?
Choices that I've made. So those 45 and beyond.
It's not a case of education because you also passed through that same system and you are here, sane and sound. But the same person you're talking about passed through that same system, but he decided to go the other way.
The survey showed us that about 30%.
I think I understand.
30%.
They had not passed through a formal education.
Said that it was the choices that they made. But 70% believe that it was the quality of education that they got that landed them in prison, that if they had known better, they would have done better. That's aside.
It takes us back to politics and the strategic role of occupying key positions, you know, which is where we find ourselves every year when the appropriation bill is passed. And, you know, the quantum required to be dedicated to education doesn't meet the UN approved standards. So it takes us back to the need for the youths to occupy these positions. What are your thoughts?
Which is what I'm saying, that 70 million youths cannot be chasing just 3,000 elective posts. If you truly agitate...
We need one person.
We need one person. But even for that one person, when you organize yourselves and you become a voice, just like they did with the Not Too Young to Wrong bill, you can replicate that in education, you can replicate that in youth empowerment. When you put your foot down and you tell legislators that this is what you want, and they know you're serious, and they know that when they come to you in 2019 and they offer you money, you're not going to take it, you're going to tell them, this is what we want. They will dance to your tune, which is what is lacking today.
Obafemi George, I would like to pursue the conversation, but we thank you very much for your thoughts and your presence on TBC News.
My pleasure.